All right, here we go. Today we have one of the greatest music executives of all time, the current head of YouTube Music Global, founder of 300, former CEO of Warner, former president of Def Jam, Lyor Cohen. Welcome to Vlad TV.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Huge fan and such a big inspiration to me.
That's super
almost
nice.
My whole life.
Super nice for you to say that.
That's the absolute truth. Thank you so much for joining us.
I'm happy to be here.
Shout out to Russell Simmons for actually linking us up a few
Thank
months
you.
back.
Yes.
Okay, so you're actually here for the whole City of Hope project, and we're going to get into that a little bit later. But while we're waiting for everyone else to arrive, I want to get into your whole story.
Okay,
So
ahead.
you're originally born in New York,
Correct.
and your parents were Israeli immigrants.
Correct.
Okay, but you grew up in L.A.
That's right.
Los Feliz.
Yes, Las Feliz.
Las Feliz. Sorry.
Yes.
So what was that like in this would be the 70s.
So I grew up in one of the best places on the planet. It's called Los Feliz. It's in Los Angeles. It's one of the original neighborhoods of Los Angeles, Pasadena, Hancock Park, and Los Feliz. I grew up in the old Chico Marx house of the Marx Brothers. And we never locked our house. Incredible community. I walked to school. Griffith Park was in our backyard. The Greek Theater, all the, public facilities. I was running all over that place. So it was lovely. And my parents, incredible parents, 3 other brothers, and just a loving, happy family. My dad was the head of psychiatry for Kaiser Permanente, and my mother was just a housewife and raising children, and just remarkable period of my life.
Now, I've always assumed that you were born in Israel because you have a slight accent when you speak. Have you heard this before?
Yeah, so my parents weren't immigrants because they weren't staying here.
Okay.
So my biological father was coming here just for his education. And my mother worked for the Israeli government. Mm-hmm. And so when I was born, I went straight back to Israel.
Oh, so you stayed there for a while.
I spent my first 3 years in Petach Tikva.
Aha. Okay, so that's where the accent comes from.
I don't know where it's a speech therapy accent. They try to get rid of this accent for a long time, really? Public education. I had a lot of resources. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm a Russian immigrant. I came over when I was 5, but I don't think I have an accent. Mm-hmm. And you know what I'm saying? It's always interesting to me to see how people kind of develop their speech. Okay, so you grew up in L.A. You went to University of Miami.
Correct, the U.
The U. Okay, and after you graduated, you went to go work for the Bank of Leumi?
Yeah, Bank Leumi is the National Bank of Israel.
Uh-huh.
My mother got me the job, and it was just when the Shah fell in Iran, and all of the Jewish Persians came straight to Beverly Hills. So we were counting money there.
A lot of money.
And I was supposed to be a financial analyst, but I ended up counting money, and I think I was making $14,000 a year. I was miserable. It was a horrible existence. But my mother got me the job. I have a college degree, and so I thought that was the responsible thing for me to do. So
okay, and then you started, dabbling in concert promotion at one point. And the first show was Run-D.M.C and Circle Jerks?
Well, so a lot of my friends were having a good time throwing parties. And they kept saying, "You're miserable at the bank. Why don't you come and throw parties with us?" And, I said, my mother just got me this job. I just can't run out of the building. Now I have to give it a go. And the job started grinding on me. And finally I said, if I'm going to do it, I have to do something different than what you guys are doing. And So the Stardust Ballroom, it was on Sunset and Western, was an old famous skating rink where they threw a lot of classic punk shows. And so I put together a show. It was Circle Jerks, Fear, Social Distortion, Chili Peppers, Fishbone, starring Run-D.M.C.
Wow. It's quite a lineup.
Quite a lineup.
Especially when you look at them today. Yeah.
Yes. I spent I borrowed $700 from my mother.
To book all those people.
To book those people.
Crazy.
And to put that show on.
Okay.
And it was really, really successful.
Yeah. That show blew up. Then you ended up doing a Houdini concert.
Lost everything. Jerked everything. It was one of the most devastating moments of my life. I remember the pain below my heart and above my stomach, because I stood outside knowing that there's going to be a walk-up, and no one showed up.
Wow.
And I think it must have been just because I was an amateur promoter. I didn't have the right combination. You know, it wasn't Houdini's fault. They were hot as shit.